Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. We're going to wrap things up with gubernatorial candidate Colin Bonini. And
who's endorsed John Connery, evidently.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said that.
No,
you like him.
I do. John's a great guy.
Certainly did not
honestly
endorse him.
I honestly think that John would be, all kidding aside, I think John would be a really good governor.
I was exaggerating for effect.
No, I know.
Let's talk about some of the social issues, because as I look at your voting record, some of the things you're for and some of the things you're against have tripped up, especially in blue states, Republican candidates across the country. You seem to be a strong gun advocate, for instance.
Well, I'm a believer in the Second Amendment. I'm not a gun owner. I don't know if you know that, but I'm a believer in defending the Constitution.
You're also against same-sex marriage in the state?
I was against same-sex marriage, and quite frankly, to me, the core vote on that was civil unions, which ended up costing Delaware taxpayers in what I thought was a tight budget year about $9 million a year. I'm Roman Catholic, take my faith very seriously. That's what I believe personally. Larry, those issues are done. They've been decided. We're moving on.
But you know these are the issues that are used against Republican candidates over and over again.
I understand.
So I'm getting you ready for what's to come.
Thank you very much. And that's true. But I will tell you, I don't think people care about that stuff anywhere near as much as they care about, hey, I want a decent job. I need decent health care that's not going to cost me too much. I want my kid to get a good education. I think those things far outweigh any of the issues that we might have disagreements on social sides. And I really, truly believe that. And in fact, I don't think they're even in the same. I mean, I think you're exactly right to try to bring those things up to try to fragment us.
And they've hurt candidates. Candidates have lost elections because of this,
right.
Especially with women's issues. You mentioned you're Roman Catholic. That means you're pro-life?
I'm pro-life, yeah.
How about contraception?
Oh, yeah.
You're pro-contraception.
Yeah, exactly. How do you say that, Larry? Thanks a lot. You put me in a bad spot. But look,
let me do one more before. And I'll let you wrap up.
Okay.
I'll let you wrap up.
But I will say, I mean, I'm
marijuana.
I do not believe in the legalization of marijuana.
Decriminalization?
No, absolutely not.
Even though most law enforcement want decriminalization?
Well, I disagree with that.
Okay.
First of all, I disagree with that premise. And I'm actually very concerned about that whole issue. We are getting softer. I think softer is the right word. We are looking at lowering the penalties for drug dealing, lowering the penalties for possession on pretty significant amounts. I think we're definitely heading in the wrong direction there.
And as promised, since I interrupted you, the floor is yours. And then we'll end.
Well, so Larry, but I think the bottom line is let's focus on what's important, right? What's important is what's important. And what's important is that Delaware, the middle class in Delaware is getting squeezed. They're feeling their pocketbook is getting squeezed in health care. They don't have the access to jobs that they have. Their children are attending schools that aren't anywhere near as good as they should be. Our economy's adding jobs, but they're part-time jobs and for the most part low-paying jobs. I mean, we have, as you mentioned before, some fundamentals that need fixed. And my contention is that there are policy answers out there, including right to work and lower taxes and reducing state government, et cetera, but you got to have the political courage to implement them. And I think the one thing that Colin Bonini, I talk about myself in the third person, I always find that funny when politicians do that, but the one thing that Colin Bonini can bring, and hopefully more than one thing, but the big thing is I will absolutely have the will and the courage to try to get those things done. And I really do think that differentiates me from just about anybody else who would be thinking about running for this office. And with that,
we have to wrap things up. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, Larry, enjoyed it.
I hope you'll be back over the next couple of years
very much
to
enjoy
talk some more, especially during the campaign.
Very much enjoy it.
Senator Colin Bonini, Republican candidate for governor in the state of Delaware. That wraps up the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. Stick around for another thing.